My name is Kirby Wadsworth. I'm the VP of Global Marketing for a company called F5 Networks, $600 million provider of data center switching and other stuff. When I first got into discussions about TechValidate, I thought that the problem that we were trying to solve was around the inability to get customers to be willing to have their name used for referenceability. We have something like 80,000 systems in the world that are shipped. We probably have 80 live customer names that we're allowed to use with logos on a regular basis. So there was a lot of frustration and a lot of inability to get a customer, a reference, to quickly respond to a sales opportunity. Anyway, that was what I thought we were trying to solve. And in fact, we are solving that problem. But what we learned along the way, and I'm one of the very early adopters of this technology, what we learned along the way was that the utilization of the validation of our return on investment and customer satisfaction metrics and all the other things which we ask questions about has a lot more use than just solving that end of the sales process where I need a customer reference, I need, can I talk to Disney or UPS or whoever it happens to be. That's what we initially focus on as the problem, but what turns out is when we start capturing the information about what a customer is, what the experience of the customer is, which is really what this is about. It's what's the customer is experiencing in little, what I call snackable, giblets. We find we use that information in a lot of different ways. So first things first, we might use it to put new opportunities in the top of the pipeline to catch the attention of the marketplace by putting out a press release saying, hey, 80% of our customers love our product, or 51% got their money back in 12 months, or whatever it happens to be. That's a portion of it. Another important portion of it, which you, if you're a marketing VP like me, probably haven't thought about, is how useful that information is in moving opportunities that are already in your pipeline down towards the close. What we're finding is if we can go to people who've expressed interest, who have looked at or maybe even accepted a proposal from us and haven't moved on it yet, and in today's economy we all know that's happening a lot, if we can go back to them and say, hey, here's what your peer group, what your community said, who did make the purchase, about what the results were. Here's how much money they were able to save. Here's the business justification, the ROI, the business value. We can get people who are in the opportunity pipeline to move further down because we raise their comfort level. And that's very hard to do without giving them names of customers to talk to. And everybody wants to talk to their peers. But what TechValidate does is it goes a step further than just giving you 3 names who you sort of know are canned references. It gives you, as a customer, the confidence to say, hey, they talked to 200 people like me, and 200 people like me mostly said this is great stuff, or whatever. Now, it isn't going to replace the fact that I want to talk to 3 peers before I make a purchase, but it moves people down the pipeline into that higher level of comfort where they're willing to put the business case together and move it forward. The other thing which we're doing that I guess we didn't expect that we were going to be able to do with the product is using it to validate who the customers actually are. Maybe you don't have this problem and other people may not, but with 80,000 systems out there sold, sometimes you lose track of who's actually responsible at each one of the customers for the product that's actually out there. So what we're trying to do with TechValidate anyway is reach out and find out, are you the person responsible for the F5 product? If so, would you mind answering these questions about your experience? If not, would you point us to the person who is, so we're able to actually track down through the system to figure out who our real users are, who the real, the people who are actually experiencing the product. So that's been another benefit of the whole thing. So anyway, that's it. Early adopter. My name's Kirby Wadsworth. You can use me as a reference. I'm a happy customer. Got more than I guess I ever expected I would get out of this thing. I think there's more we can get out of it as we move forward in the future. But right now, if you're like me and you're a VP of marketing and these guys are talking to you and saying, hey, you should sign up, trust me, you should sign up. You will be a happy customer. You will see immediately this solves, 3 or 4 or 5 key marketing related issues that I don't know that we ever have had a breakthrough to be able to solve some of these issues before. So this is a very simple model. It's easy to implement. Come up with 10 questions, come up with 1,000 people to send them to. Those are your 2 biggest challenges, by the way. And then you're almost a week later or something, you're going to get all this great stuff which you can use to leverage and move stuff down through the pipeline.